Hey guys, welcome back to Toonstead. I'm Jim, and we are going to build another comic strip. We're going to do the I Love Lucy. If you guys have been following our channel, you know that so far we've done Andy Griffith, and we did the Three Stooges. Now we're doing I Love Lucy. So you guys follow along, and we'll try and make it entertaining. So we start with a traditional box for a comic strip. So there we are. And we are going to just build this the way that you would have seen a comic strip in about the time I Love Lucy came out. So, and we don't have a story. We're not following a script. This isn't something that's already happened or an episode or something. We're just doing a pure fandom. We're just gonna pick out a story and write it in front of you guys live. So, not live, but recorded. All right. So there's no preset way that this should look. So we can't make a mistake because it's our story. Everybody on camera, everybody watching this, we're all in it together. This is our story. And since it's Lucy, well, there you are. Alright, so all we need to do is stay inside of these lines. And if you are a fan of I Love Lucy, her thing was she would go, and her aspirations were, though she was a great mother and a great wife on the show, her aspirations were to be in show business. Her husband Ricky was a band leader, and he was a Cuban band leader. He played Cuban music. It was really popular at the time. And she wanted to be a dancer or a singer or a movie actress. She just wanted to be in show business. Her husband, Ricky, he always wanted her to stay at home. But he had a hard time hanging on to her. And she was always getting herself into trouble. So, and her accomplice was their landlord and her best friend, Ethel and Fred. Well, Ethel was the main one that generally got in trouble with her. And what would happen is they would go into some kind of wild scheme about how to get her or both of them into show business. So, off of that premise, we're going to say, we'll start by drawing Lucy. So here's Lucy. She can't believe it. She has seen Lucy has seen what she suspects to be a big time movie producer. So we start by drawing Lucy. And I Love Lucy was in black and white. So we're going to make this a black and white cartoon, comic strip. So we have Lucy. Lucy, and I actually saw, and you guys may have too, but I actually saw like a revisionist or revised copy of I Love Lucy, and it showed her with actually really fiery red hair. And I'm sure they went into Photoshop and embellished it somewhat. But it was so strange to see her. We're going to give her a flowery dress. But it was so strange to see old Lucy that wasn't in black and white. Because I grew up, and I still love the classic TV shows. And I would watch them as a kid. And my mother loved I Love Lucy. And she had another show, the Lucille Ball Show, which was good, but definitely a fan of the original one. So, alright, so we have Lucy. Let's start off by coloring her. And we're going to try, if I don't get too confused, we're going to try to keep it to where... I already messed up. To where she is in black. We're going to keep the whole cartoon in black and white. Which sounds easier than, to me, it probably is going to be. But I'm gonna attempt to keep her all in black and white. And we just show like not gray enough. We know we can keep the blacks black and the darkest gray dark gray. We'll keep her white just to show the contrast to the everything else. Okay, we've almost got Lucy drawn. Let's fix her arm. We're going to start telling our story right now. So Lucy has spotted this movie. Just a guy with a briefcase and a hat. But she doesn't know it. In her mind, it must be a big time movie guy. And she wants to be in the movies. And she's blinded by the stars. Alright. And guys, I gotta tell you, they have a channel. It comes on the TV that you don't even need internet for. Not internet, cable for. It's Me TV. Well, I watch all the classic shows. I grew up on Andy Griffith and in all those shows. From MASH to all of them. And we watch them all the time. So, we're going to show our love for some of the classic shows. So, you can't see it. But Lucy is completely convinced that this poor guy we're about to make alright. And we're going to show him just in silhouette because she can't see much better than we can. She just knows it's a guy with a hat and a briefcase. And the lines just signify that that's what it is, just silhouette. So let's color our little panel. Let's get a real light gray. And if you're going to show glass, it probably is pretty translucent, almost indistinguishable from white. But we'll show it like this for the sake of our little cartoon. Now let's draw the poor victim that's about to be assaulted. He's got his little hat on, And we can't see, and Lucy can't see too much more than we can see. He's just some poor dude trying to get through his day. Has no idea what's about to happen to him. We give him a little briefcase. His arms kind of swinging. Let's color that. All right. Okay, so our guy's leaving. We'll build the story after we draw the comic strip. So, we want... Lucy is going to be talking to Ethel. And Ethel is her cohort. Her, cohort? She's the one that Lucy always drags into it. So, they are just a couple of ladies. Maybe they're out getting lunch. So here's Ethel. She's like, oh my gosh. She's already been down this road. She knows that whatever she does with Lucy generally ends in bad. So, and Ethel had like some curly hair, and it wasn't very long. Let's put her... She's in. She knows she's in for it. Oh my God, she's in for it. She knows it. But Lucy's her best friend. So she's along for the ride. There we are. Color Lucy or Ethel. This is Ethel. So we're coloring Ethel. We just want to, Ethel had like real blondish hair. And it didn't show because it was in black and white. But it showed lighter than Lucy, so we'll make it a little lighter. So all we need, let's color this panel that Lucy's in, or Ethel's in. We'll pick a darker one. There we go. Cool. Okay, so we have Lucy, and she's like, "Hey, movie producer." And Ethel's like, "Oh my gosh," she knows she's in for it. Now, all we need to do is resolve the whole scene, so you know that there's a lead up, and there's it starts to build, and then there's a punchline. So our punchline is going to read, and we're making this up. If it's a good story or a bad story, we're making this up together. If you're watching it, you're involved. So we have Lucy, movie producer, Ethel, oh my. We need to resolve it. We need a punchline. So the guy that she actually assaulted wasn't actually a movie producer after all. Let's give him a good mustache. Like, you gotta have a good mustache if you're if you're back in those times. So this guy, but who is this guy? Well, let's start by drawing his little hat, and we'll find out who he is. This guy, not a movie producer. This guy is a Just a Catholic priest. And we say a Catholic priest because his parish was right down the street from Lucille. Alright. We'll give him a more distinguished hat. So next step, let's color this guy. He is a Catholic priest. Is why he was dressed up so nice. And he had, unbeknownst to him, unbeknownst, is that a word? Is that a word? Unbeknownst? He had no idea when he left the church that he was going to be attacked out on the street. Her intentions are good, so Lucy's not a bad person. She just has aspirations for stardom, which gets a lot of people in trouble. So let's draw Lucy. She hasn't quite figured out who this guy is. She still has stars in her eyes. Let's give her a big old smile. Her eyes are wide open. She still hasn't seen this guy from the front. She still is convinced in her own brain that this guy is her ticket to Hollywood. So we have old Lucy. Let's see. We need Lucy from this angle. So Lucy's like fully gone for it. She's jumped on the back of this poor guy. He has no idea what's happened to him. So let's color whatever we can color first. Get the correct color. There's her hair. Alright, so there's Lucy. That's all we can color so far. Let's put her flower dress on her. So this is the bottom of her dress. And you can't see it really good yet. So, there's Lucy. She's on the back of back of the good father. So here we go. We got to make sure we get the correct colors. Oops. All right. All right. Okay, so we have Lucy. She's on the back. Her hands and legs are flailing about. So let's make sure that we make sure she's hanging on properly. We don't want Lucy to fall off. She's already got problems. She's already made a bad decision. She jumped on top of someone. Alright, so let's color this. It's her dress. Her arms. Okay, she's on there. She's some legs. It's leg time. Leg time for Lucy. Lucy was always a well-dressed lady. She always had a new dress. She was always real ladylike. But sometimes that went out of the window whenever stardom would attack her. Or she'd have a desire for stardom, which was all the time. So let's get her shoes colored. And we're going to make her the little part of her dress, that color is the same color we're going to use for her shoes because Lucy's stylish. Put one leg on. Alright, so she's all the way on. We've already told her story. Lucy's jumped on the back of this guy. We need to color the background, but we are close now. And I wanted to draw this entire cartoon in black and white, but I thought, oh, I'm going to confuse myself if I try that. But we made it through it. We made it through it together. So, all we need to do is the final step is we need some speech bubbles. Here's Lucy. She's telling Ethel. She's pointing over whatever way you guys are seeing it. She's pointing over at the door. And she's telling Ethel about her coming plans of making it to Hollywood, and this guy's going to help her. She doesn't know the truth yet, but she'll soon find out. Alright. So there's Lucy. There's her bubble. Oh, Ethel, what did she say? oh dear. So there's Lucy's bubble. And what is she saying? Let's give old Lucy one final chance to finish her punchline. Color her little speech bubble. All right. So we're all the way there. Now we just have to type out the whole story. And it'll take just a second. So let's go. This is I love Lucy. In our imaginary episode, well, let's fix that first. Too big. Alright, I love Lucy. The episode we're going to call it is... We're going to call it... Let's see, Holly. Alright, that's what we'll do. So she's saying... Hollywood. Not really. So we'll leave the question mark. That's what we'll call it. Hollywood. Alright. And she's telling Lucy, and she's telling Ethel right now, she's pointing over to the door, and she's a man in silhouette with a briefcase, and in her eyes all she can see is, that must be her ticket to Hollywood. So she's pointing at the door, and she's telling Ethel, she's saying, it's simple. She's saying, look. Ethel already knows what's up. Oh dear. And then her eyes, she's saying, she's thinking. She's thinking Hollywood. We know if it's a thinking bubble, nobody can hear it but Lucy. So, there's her story. I love Lucy. The episode we made is Hollywood. Ethel is saying, oh dear. Well, Lucy has now ran out of the building, jumped on the back of the guys he's leaving. She hasn't seen him from the front. She's still in her mind thinking he's this Hollywood producer. He's really just the father. He's just a Catholic priest. So, let's fix this little thing. If you guys haven't and subscribe to us, please subscribe to us. And tell your friends and help us grow. Thanks for watching another episode. We build it together. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Hello, welcome to the boardwalk. Follow the P. Try to keep up. Did you get it? Ha ha!
Help! Toon Man, help!
What seems to be the problem?
Oh, my M&Ms are stuck and I'm hungry.
Well, step aside. I'll take care of it.
Thanks, Toon Man.
No problem.
Bye.